In this week, I have Prodigy news. I've also got a fun convention gathering coming at Star Trek Las Vegas. Plus, we are back to what is the future of Paramount Plus as Skydance Media meets yet another tentative agreement with Paramount Global. This is the Star Trek Void, where I try to fill in the gaps between new episodes with a little news, a little information, and hopefully a bit of entertainment. And yes, I'm not kidding, we are back to Skydance and Paramount. But first, I have loads of fun stuff where we celebrate our actors and our creators of our favorite universe. And so we start with this sentiment shared by Dave Blass. Happy birthday to the designer of the USS Titan, Buck Admiral. Thank you for your collaborations and creativity. And I really enjoyed the Titan. It was modern and shiny and very vibrant. I just didn't care for the dark filming. That's the only problem. A lot of stuff just didn't show up on camera, but I did enjoy the design of the Titan itself. And let's wish a very happy birthday to Jeri Taylor. Happy birthday to Jeri Taylor, co-creator of Star Trek Voyager. She wrote and produced on Star Trek TNG and Voyager and wrote 3 Star Trek DS9 episodes too. Looking forward to seeing her in the upcoming Voyager documentary. Oh yeah, that'll be very cool. Happy birthday, Jeri. And a very happy birthday to Dominic Keating. This one shared by Trek News, and you can always see who it is that I am getting these from because I make sure that you can see the original posters. This time we are saying join us in wishing a very happy birthday to Dominic Keating, Malcolm Reed on Star Trek Enterprise. And he's also was part of the Shuttle Pod show and now the Decon Chamber. So very cool. You can see him in loads of places and really learn tons about Star Trek while doing it. And a very happy birthday to Chris and Montgomery Doohan. Wishing a double happy birthday to Chris Doohan and Montgomery Doohan, son of James Scotty Doohan, and extras on Star Trek The Motion Picture. Chris also appeared in 2009's Star Trek and played Scotty in the fan web series Star Trek Continues. Very cool piece of history there. Very happy birthday to the Doohan boys. And a very happy birthday to Sharon Lawrence, who played in my very favorite first season episode of Voyager, Amelia Earhart. Happy birthday to Sharon Lawrence, who played Amelia Earhart in the Star Trek Voyager episode The 37s. NYPD Blue. It's, of course, another place you can see her. You can see her in tons of places, quite frankly. But I was very excited to get the Amelia Earhart or Earhart, depending on how you want to pronounce it, that storyline. It was super fun and really an enjoyable, creative way to deal with our far off and lost crew. Next up, we have a happy birthday to Kenneth Marshall, who played probably the most notorious, nefarious, and unliked Maquis. Happy birthday to Kenneth Marshall, Star Trek DS9's Michael Eddington. Hashtagging Star Trek on there. Yeah, I did not care for. He thought he was more dangerous and vicious than he actually was. He was trying to make himself the main character of his own story. But really, he was more of a pain in the butt. So while I say he's nefarious and he's mostly just problematic, and I'm kind of glad they finished that storyline when they did in DS9. We continue with a happy birthday to Alice Krige. Happy birthday to one of our favorite Borg queens, Alice Krige. She originated the role in Star Trek First Contact and reprised the role on Star Trek Voyager series finale Endgame. Then voiced her on Star Trek Lower Decks and Star Trek Picard. Yeah, there was an interesting twist there because we had the voice of Alice and a different actor actually was in the whole thingamabob for Picard. Was really well done, worked out very nicely. Happy birthday, Alice. And a happy birthday to Alan Ruck. Bueller's friend. Happy birthday to Alan Ruck, who played Captain John Harriman of the Enterprise B in Star Trek Generation, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Spin City, and Succession. Actually, yeah, I really enjoyed him in Spin City as well. But yeah, the best friend of Ferris Bueller. And an officer who didn't quite seem to know what was going on the beat, but that's all right. Very happy birthday to Alan. And in our only remembrance for our most recent birthdays, on his birthday, remembering Brock Peters, aka Admiral Cartwright, in 2 Star Trek movies, Star Trek 4 and 6, and Joseph Sisko, father to Benjamin and grandfather to Jake on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Hashtagging Star Trek Deep Space Nine there. I enjoyed that character. I liked that he was both not paranoid, no fear, and would not bother to go take care of himself. It reminds me of entirely too many of my family members, especially the why should I go to the doctor? I found a cure kind of a thing. Why should I go to the doctor? It'll just make things worse. It's not a rare trait in some people, I will say. But he did a fantastic job with both roles, but I definitely adored him as Joseph. So very nice time to take a moment and remember Brock Peters and his contribution to the Star Trek universe. And now a changing of gears a bit as we look back at some behind the scenes, both old and new, for our Star Trek shows. And to get us started, Star Trek Hold shares, I'm really digging DeForest Kelley's style. Comment the name of the episode and the man in the middle. Ooh, comment the name of the episode and the man in the middle. DeForest Kelley's style. I do enjoy the jacket. I'm not going to be able to tell you. Let me know below. What were your guesses? What episode is this supposed to be? And a more recent throwback from our Strange New Worlds crew, Star Trek On Plus shares phasers were definitely set to stunning when these photos were taken. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, both of those hashtags here. And we have the majority of the crew, not everybody. We got her, we got Erica, we got Lon, we got... I was going to say Jess Bush. We've got Nurse Chapel, we've got Mbanga, and a smiling Spock, which was the creepiest part of an entire episode. You know the one. And of course, our very own Captain Pike grinning for the world to see. I don't know why they got this very classic mode of picture taking or image recording for this picture. I would think that they would have something more readily available on the Enterprise, but you know, who doesn't love the classics? Now, I do love to show a video here when I can. A video in a video. And Robert Picardo always loves to share a little something. So let's check this out as he's kind of goofing around.
This one's
Yes, Robert Picardo shares. Robert Picardo, don't let anyone cramp your style. Be yourself. What a good idea. I'm really tired of conforming to everyone's ideas of what I should be as a nearly 50-year-old grandmother. Yeah, okay. And I do love this. I love... It really is kind of classic Doctor. He finds a way, or at least classic Picardo, in my opinion. Totally respects other people's being and wants them to be themselves. Love it. Love it. All right, here we've got one shared by the Star Trek Legacy. These are my good friends from Letters for Legacy. They want us to check out this interview here. It is on the Star Trek Cruise, Cruise 7 here. A big part of Star Trek fandom would like to have more moments like this, one with our favorite space family talking about their memories about Star Trek Legacy. Don't you think it would be amazing to have all of them, including Todd Stashwick, who is right on the end there, all shallow-gram or whatever they way together talking about their new adventures on the Enterprise G. With Jerry Ryan as Captain 7 of 9, Edward Spaliers as the special counselor, and Real Michelle Hurd as number 1, with Terry Matalas as the showrunner. Yes, for the moment, this is a dream. We know it, but we can push to make it happen. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of saying it's too late. It's totally not, quite frankly. And the Picard movies that are being discussed, I do believe that any one of those will be a great extension to the amount of time that we have to get Legacy going, because it is very, very clear that putting Michelle Hurd, Jerry Ryan, and Ed in that movie would make perfect sense. So it would extend the amount of time we have to get Legacy. So let's get it greenlit. And until then, check out this fantastically fun interview and discussion panel, if you will, which took place on the most recent cruise. Now, if you haven't, once you're done with that interview, please check out Star Trek Prodigy. The second season has finally dropped, and the Hageman brothers wouldn't mind discussing with us what we see could be happening in the third season. Now, no spoilers below if you can. I've only watched 1 through 10, watching 11 through 20 with my daughter next, and we will have yet another discussion afterwards. If you didn't check that out, I'll throw up a card somewhere here. It's just us chatting. If you love listening to a 9-year-old and her mom talk about Star Trek, that's where you go. This particular post, though, says teamwork truly makes the dream work. And this is shared by Dan and Kevin Hageman themselves. After so many years of our artists pouring their love and sweat into this series, season 2 of Star Trek Prodigy is finally on Netflix. This series will always remain so close to our hearts, and we could not be more proud of our team's work. As people begin to buckle up for the ride of their lives, we want to remind you this season was almost not seen. Here are a few of the people responsible for saving this season and creating it. Of tweets afterwards, if you can see here, naming all of the people who made sure that this series happened. I don't know if they mention all of the fans that invested quite a bit to make sure that it happened. But it is very nice that they took a moment to recognize people. They also, in another post, which I didn't put up here, but they invite people who are going to Star Trek Las Vegas to pop by and give them their ideas about season 3, as I said. And I thought it was this post, but it's another one. I have too many posts. So I'm going to just go ahead and move on to the other one. But if you do see Dave and Kevin at Star Trek Las Vegas, let them know what you think of season 2 and where you think season 3 should go. Now, about that convention within a convention, since I'm talking about Star Trek Las Vegas, I might as well mention this. This is shared by Todd Stashwick. I am unreasonably excited about the 12 Monkeys reunion at Creation Entertainment's Star Trek Las Vegas. Who's coming to see Team Splinter? Terry Matalas, Amanda Scholl, Aaron Stanford, Emily Hampshire, and Kirk Acevedo. Can I just tell you right now that I am thoroughly excited for this reunion. I do not know if I will be able to get away from the table long enough to go and witness this amazing event, but I desperately would love to be able to have a minor crush on Kirk, so I won't go there, but I was very pleased with the 12 Monkeys series. Not a fan of the movie. Really enjoyed the series and loved Jennifer. Would love to meet any of these folks. Luckily, I already met 2 of them, so it just leaves 4. And a real quick note, since I'm on Todd Stashwick's post here, if you are not aware, Todd is doing this very cool project called Progcore. It is about dark fantasy, games, and just that universe. If you want to support his endeavor, please do so. I will try to include a link down here for that. The search for artists, I believe, is closed because it only went until the 30th of June. However, they are still in need of funding to ensure that the project can complete. I believe they're already halfway there and got there very quickly. So if you can, help him out. If not, spread the word so he gets all the support he can. And now, before I end this video, I am going to, of course, update us one more time with this lovely article. It came out July 2nd. With Skydance Media and National Amusements, Inc. reach new merger agreement for Paramount Global. It's a good thing we've never heard this song before. I'm very excited about this brand new news. So here we can see PAC still needs approval by Studio Board Special Committee. Paramount expected to get 45-day window to shop for better offers. So it's still up in the air. That's why I hesitate to share this, but at the same time, we need to stay up to date. So back and forth, the fourth is back, and we'll see what happens, basically. And that's all I'm prepared to report on as far as that goes, simply because, I mean, really, honestly, we've been through this before. I'd rather wait until there's an actual signature at the bottom of a contract so we know what's going to happen, because we are still waiting to find out what's going to happen to the future of Star Trek. When it comes to the future of Trek, one thing, of course, if you've been watching this channel, you know I'm all for getting Star Trek Legacy created. And so I do expect to see more about that coming up on this channel and, quite frankly, on Instagram and Twitter, or X, depending on how you want to call it, as my crew and I, well, we start spreading the word again to try and reignite this desire for it, as Picard may be getting worked on. And again, as I said, that could extend our time to get Legacy greenlit. As long as there's interest, there's always a chance. And quite frankly, there's still quite a bit of interest. And that is all I have for you today in this volume. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video and finding out whose birthday it was, please give this video a like. If you enjoyed the format overall, give the channel a like. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell. I want to take a moment now to thank my members and my Patreons. I appreciate your extra support. And if you don't know why I appreciate you guys, check out the live that was done on the day that this was recorded. That is the 3rd. You will see the adventures I've had with my hard drive, my computer, just random wackiness in my life. So thank you so much for that extra support. Thank you so much for viewing, everyone. And if you didn't get quite enough Trek information and you really want to know some more, then please go ahead and check out any of the other Trek videos on this channel. Be aware that there are some Outlander videos as well, since I update on that show and those characters and cast as well. Whatever you choose from this channel, be sure of one thing. I'll see you there. Happy birthday to Kenneth and to get us started, and to give us started. I can't. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pretend that I know words now. It'll be fun.